Thank you, Cam. I was having a little bit of an emotional moment then, because 35 years ago, it's really true, we did Strictly Ballroom. Nobody wanted the film. In fact, it was going to go straight to video. And then we were lucky enough to have one night in Cannes, and we went straight from there to this incredible city, which I think is kind of a sister city to the country I come from. And we were embraced so warmly because it's a city that just loves movies, and we felt safe. You know, we knew we were going to be all right. So, I'm sorry it took 35 years for me to say thank you very much for that. I eventually did get around to it, you know. And then there was a little fun fact I told Cam. We actually pre-produced Romeo and Juliet here. I used to live in the annex. So if you were my neighbor, we were the weirdos next door doing a crazy movie. And then the last time I was in Toronto, we were on tour for Elvis, and we come from Memphis. It was one of those crazy press tours. And we came and said, oh, let's get to Toronto, we just gotta get a moment of peace. And I almost ended up in jail, but that's story for another time. All right, tonight, I mean, I might even go there, but in all seriousness, I really have just come out to thank Toronto for having us. I don't say it lightly, people say all sorts of things, but I can say with my hand on my heart, Toronto is simply a city that truly loves movies. It's just a movie-loving town. I won't yabber on, because although it's hard for me not to do that, but one of the, I think, strengths of this work, which I co-made with my co-creator, John O'Redmond, hang around later, we'll be talking to him soon after the film, but is that we made a choice. You see, Elvis, as a lot of the fans that would know, a lot of people like to talk about it, you know? I remember when Elvis came in and I was in a car and he put a gas station, I put gas in his car and I wrote the book. We were really close, you know, really close, yeah. But in this film, because we were so lucky, over 7 years ago, when we were trying to make the movie, there were this rumoured footage, you know. And I had the money to go into the salt mines in Kansas, and we found the footage. In fact, over 35 hours of it. So the film tonight is 37 hours long. I have not left that frame out. Okay, it's an exaggeration, but you've seen my movies, right? The thing is that we didn't find the sound, we found the vocals. So we thought, what are we going to do, John and I? John and Redmond and I thought, well, you know what? Let's not reheat an existing documentary. Let's not try and do Elvis on Tour Plus. Let's make a completely different work, because we couldn't do all of it. I mean, we have the whole of the Hampton Road concert, but we couldn't do it all. So we thought, what if, because we found one amazing thing. We found audio of Elvis telling you about his life. Well, yes, because instead of other people, by the way, I want to see you up dancing later, right? Because instead of people telling you about Elvis, epic Elvis Presley in concert is Elvis sings, and here's the interesting bit for someone who wasn't that verbal, tells his story like never before. The storyteller is Elvis himself, and that's what we set out to do. Of course, as I like to say, it's not a documentary, it's not a concept film, because it's kind of like a tone poem, a poetry. It's Elvis, I think, the person telling about his life through song and through words. One last thing, and there's a bit of housekeeping, but it's sort of a concerty show, you know. Elvis is pretty good up there on the stage, but I've changed my company's name to the Department of No Fun. So if I catch anybody up, you know, applauding the screen or dancing or having a good time, I'm going to fine you by giving you free swag that we've made just for tonight. Applauding the screen or having a good time, you're going to get free swag and tickets and a whole lot of other stuff as a fine, alright? Anyway, enough talking from me, because as I like to say, epic. Elvis Presley in concert, he sings, and tells his story like never before. It really is not a concept film. It's not a documentary. It's epic, and I hope you enjoy it. Thank you very much.